Hey everybody, SocRef93 here, bringing you Porterhouse grill percent this wonderful day. So I'm actually at my parents' house using their grill. It's a little smaller than mine. First thing we're going to do, we're going to get this thing as hot as we can get it. You can see the top temperature is around 650. We're going to try to hit the 550 mark easy. And this is what we got for grilling today. We got 2 marinated porterhouses. Under that, we got some sausage, and under that we've got just a nice porterhouse steak, New York strip, a little piece of filet mignon, because I like being French. I don't know why, whatever. And for those in my family who don't like it, you got some hamburger patties under there. Those will take about 1.5 minutes at this type of heat. So we're going to start doing this, and I'll show you how I go about doing it. So while the grill is still heating up, I wanted to show you my favorite spices. These are really all you need: salt and pepper. For a big cut of steak, I mean literally season it with salt, pepper if you want it. Some people don't put pepper on the downside of the steak they first use because they're worried about charring it. Most of it's going to fall off anyway unless you really pat it in, which I've done because I've been doing this for a while and I like the way I cook it. It keeps everything flavorful. We now see it's smoking. It's up to 450, so we're almost there. Another minute or so and we'll be ready to start cooking the steak. We're going to do the steak first. We're going to put the sausage on the side on a lower heat, and the patties you can see are pretty thin. That's the reason why I still have the grinders out. My mother prepped the patties. They're not seasoned whatsoever. I don't like unseasoned food, so I'm going to be doing that just before I put it on the grill. Those will take just a few minutes, even to get them to medium well, which my mother and my wife like to eat their patties at. To each their own. They're entitled to their opinion, even if it's wrong. So let's get started. So you see it's getting to the 500 point. We're just about there. You see how this puppy is smoking. We're going to turn it up, and you can see, one, it should be clean. If you want to put some oil on it, you could, but by this point it's all pretty much smoked out unless you use something with a high smoke point. So we are going to grab our tongs, and we're going to do our marinated ones first. We'll give them a minute or two since they are wet, and then we'll go with our dry ones. Just put on our marinated steaks, and the most important thing now is close the grill. Keep that heat in. In the 30 seconds I had it open, you can see how much the temperature dropped. That's almost a 150 plus degree in drop. That's huge. It's going to take a few minutes to get back up there, but it's still okay. If you do not hear sizzle, do not drop the meat. That's basic rule of thumb with any steak. If it's not sizzling, it's not hot enough. In about 30 seconds, I'll open it up and put the dry porterhouse on to follow everything up. Alright, it's time to put the porterhouse on. Since I do this by myself, I'm not going to do this with every single piece of meat I got. But here we go. Porterhouse on. Good. You hear that sizzle? Close it up. We're going to let it sit for about 3 minutes, each one of those. Then we're going to turn it a quarter of the way so we get those nice little char marks that go like that you see at the fancy places. And we'll go from there. Right, so it's about time to check on these. I've got my patties all set up. Let's see. If they move on their own volition, they're ready to move. They're pretty close. Not quite there. Oh, that one's good. That one's good. We'll turn this around a little bit. Get under here. Just turn a little bit. See a little flames shooting out. Yeah, I gotta hold the camera and turn the steak at the same time. If it's doing that, it's usually not ready to be turned. If you didn't see that, because I'm trying to do too many things at once, I'm sorry. But if it really resists you, it means it's really not ready to go, and that's okay. Resist the urge to want to move it around. Steak you don't need to move around in order to get it just right. You want a high heat. Okay, so it's been about 5-6 minutes, somewhere in between there, so we're finally going to flip it over and see what we got. So first we get our tongs. Again, I'm doing this one-handed, so here we go. Release nicely, got that nice char. And you could see the nice grill marks on there. Let's see how our dry one did. Oh, that's a thing of beauty. Oh, that's exactly what we're looking for. Let's check our sausage. Little resistance. Okay, okay. Going pretty good. Let's close this puppy back up. Still waiting for the patties. Patties should take about 4 minutes tops. Take 3. Since we're waiting for our second side of our porterhouses and our sausage to cook, I've decided I'm going to wait until after they're all done to put the patties on. And during that time, it'll give the porterhouses a chance to rest. You should let a cut of meat like that, or just about any steak for that matter, rest for a good 5 to 10 minutes to let the juices absorb back into the meat and spread that, so when you cut it, the juices stay in the meat and don't gushing out all over the place. Alright, another rule of thumb, you should always have your vessel ready to retain your meat, whatever you're doing, because our steaks are just about done right now. We're going to take a quick peek on the other side, take a little poke. That's like a medium rare. Let's see. Ooh, those are still kind of towards the rare side. That's fine. Let's take a peek. It's even got the good grill marks over here. You know what? I'm going to keep it down here. That's mine. That's the thumb test. Good grill marks over here as well. I'm just going to let this bake for a while. Get the internal temperature up a little bit more. Do the same thing with all 3 of those, because right now they're like a medium rare to rarish side. Our sausage should be just about done. Looks good on that side. Looks good on that side. We'll keep that on low. About a couple more minutes, it should be ready to go. Alright, so our steaks are done. They're in between medium rare and medium, so we're going to take them off, put them on their receptacles. You see how big these things are? They're big as a dinner plate on their own. And the last one's going to take a little trip with me. And we're going to cover them up with tin foil to keep the heat in. Unfortunately, I can't do that with the camera in my hand, so you'll have to take my word for it. Okay, so we took the steaks off, covered them in tin foil. I got the chicken and one of the steaks. I normally don't like mixing different types of meats together, but this is what I got. Unfortunately, I didn't have the time to, or the foresight to do it, so I put both steaks on one dinner plate and took it off there because I only have 2 pieces of aluminum foil. And I'm going to get these steaks on. I want the heat to be pretty high. I'd like it to be over 450, but we're pretty close. So we're going to throw them on. I'm not worried about the steak drippings doing anything with the patties. If anything, they'll just give them more flavor. So on they go. They are salted. And a little bit of pepper. These don't need as much salt. They don't need as much pepper. They're thin. I'm not sure what the percentage as far as fat goes in the ground beef of this, but don't use anything less than 90%. 85 is even better. The fattier they are, the juicier they'll be. More flavorful as well, too. And so we got the patties on, and just like other meats, let the grill tell you when they're ready to go. I still have it on high heat because I want these to be nice, crispy on the outside, have that nice meaty interior. Burgers should tell you when they're done. If you try to flip a burger and it's resisting, it's not ready. When it releases off the grill grate by itself with no resistance, it's ready to go. You flip it, and then however long you leave it on the second side, that's what will determine the doneness of the burger. If you eat a burger medium rare, especially at the thinness you saw on these are going to be done really quickly, almost akin to a smash burger. So these are probably going to end up medium to medium well, and if you leave it on for even 30 seconds too long, well done, very easily to overcook these things. All right, we're all done. Burgers are ready to go. And of course, if you've seen my previous grill video, best time to clean the grill is right after you're done. That's why steaks are awesome. You can clean the grill in the time it takes to cool everything down. This is not my favorite cleaner, but it's what we got to work with. So we give it a good scrub. Look for any really stuck on parts. Give that extra good scrub. Clean the top a little bit, and I'll come back later for a second scrub, but we are all done but the eating. Alright, so I'm actually back here at the grill, even though I cleaned it and everything, and I learned a valuable lesson. Sometimes you got to make mistakes to figure out that what's wrong, what's right. So I thought I allowed myself enough time to cook the marinated ones, because I knew they were going to take longer, but I didn't take into account how much longer. And when we cut into it, it was raw on the inside. Well, not raw, but not raw enough to put it back on the grill. See, there it is. So I basically ovened it. That's the temperature it's been at for a few minutes. It should be close to medium by now. We're going to turn off the gas in a second. But we cut open the plain one, the unmarinated Porterhouse, and it was absolutely freaking wonderful. The filet part, I had one bite as a test. Oh my God, it was worth what my father paid for it. Heck, it would have been worth it if I paid for it too. But that's besides the point. It was buttery, it was soft, it was melt in your mouth, and I hope the strip part of that Porterhouse is still there when I get back. Thanks everybody for taking the time to watch this video. Hopefully it was educational on how to cook a good steak. And again, as always, thank you for taking the time to watch. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.